Fastest title fight victory, most consecutive post-fight bonuses and first multi-divisional champion who hold 2 titles simultaneously. Except these records, there are a lot more milestones which makes his resume extraordinary and played a vital role in making him a huge public figure. Conor McGregor is a mixed martial artist and boxer who currently competes in UFC's lightweight division and is scheduled to fight Dustin Poirier third and last time on 10th July 2021 at UFC 264. And in my opinion, if he loses that fight, there would be a big threat of losing his reputation and prestige in front of his fans. So I thought it is an appropriate time to know how an average lower middle class kid became the richest fighter of UFC. Hello everyone, I'm Simab and today we'll look into the biography and career highlights of Conor the Notorious McGregor, where you will get to know a lot more new things about him. So let's start. Conor Anthony McGregor is a single brother of 2 sisters and belongs to a Catholic family. He's been in a relationship with his girlfriend Dee Devlin since 2008 and now is a father of 2 children, Jack and Carola McGregor. He is left-handed and his best skill is boxing. According to MMA experts, his signature move is pull-back left-handed counter, which is also his most dangerous strike. McGregor said his early inspiration was Muhammad Ali, and one can clearly see his inspirational vibes of Muhammad Ali in his press conferences, where he is always included in trash talk and psychological warfare before his fights, which creates excitement and hype among his fans. In 2018, Conor launched his tailoring brand August McGregor with David August and also launched a whiskey brand named Proper 12. Proper 12 whiskey made a huge success and has become a popular brand in USA and Ireland. Conor announced that soon the distribution of Proper 12 will be extended to Canada, UK and Australia.
Proper 12! Proper Irish whiskey from a proper Irish...
Conor was born on 14th July 1988 in a small town of Dublin, Ireland in Tony and Margaret McGregor's house and spent his childhood there. Like other normal middle class kids, Conor wasn't good in his studies but interested in sports, especially football, where he also joined the football club of his town. Some of his schoolmates and neighbors used to bully him, so at the age of 12 he decided to join the Crumlin Boxing Club and started training to face bullies. In 2006, he moved to Lucan with his family, where he met the future UFC fighter Tom Egan and they both started their MMA journey together. As Conor wasn't good in his studies, so he joined the plumber apprenticeship for his living, but the problem was he didn't like his work at all. Whenever he sees the lifestyle of his colleagues, he always regretted it of staying in this field and wanted to do something bigger. As you know, there are a lot of thinkers and less doers in this world, but Conor was one of those rare ones who was willing to do anything to achieve his goal. After 2 hours of one-way traveling and 8 hours shift, sometimes 12 hours, Conor never missed his training session. While handling the pressure of his job and fighting preparation, on 17 February 2007, at 18 years of age, Conor fought his first amateur fight in Irish Ring of Truth. He won this fight in the very first round by a TKO, which made him super confident to pursue fighting career. So he turned professional and began training at the Straight Blast Gym under John Kavanagh and then signed with the Irish Cage of Truth. Now it became more difficult to continue his plumbing job along with his fighting career, so he left the job to be fully focused on mixed martial arts. Fighters' careers are not as good as it seems in UFC. They fight for a very little money with the hope that one day they will get a chance to fight in the mainstream, which most of the fighters can't even achieve. That's why his dad, who was a hard-working man, didn't like the decision of him quitting the job. Conor had a lot of arguments with his dad related to MMA as making it his full-time job, and after all, somehow Conor made his father agree.
We drive 2 hours in the traffic all the way to the site, and it was just a rough time for me, and I knew that I did not want to pursue this life. So I left and I quit and I went home and I told my father, I said, there's not a hope in hell you're going to ever get me back on that.
During his training, he went to a club one night where he got attracted to a girl a lot and tried to impress her by cracking some jokes and his dance moves. Next morning, when that girl opened her Facebook, she found Conor McGregor's friend request, which she accepted. Conor made his successful professional debut as a featherweight on 9th March 2008, where he won the fight via TKO in the second round. The start of his career was very good because he performed perfectly in his second fight too and finished his opponent in the very first round. On 7th June 2008, Conor went to watch UFC 85 in London where he met his ideal Chuck Liddell, who was a former UFC champion and one of the biggest names of UFC at that time. In the same month, he had his third fight. Here he had to face the first loss of his career by knee bar submission in the first round. He came back after 5 months and won his fourth fight by a TKO in the first round, but then he made a big mistake. He stole some tickets from his coach John Kavanagh and sold them to have some money. At that time, Conor wasn't a star and he didn't even have money to buy his ring gears. But he was regretting that he couldn't even face his coach for his shameful act. His dad was continuously degrading him too, so he had to take a step back and decided to make his career anywhere else except MMA. When Conor's mother got to know the situation, she tried to contact John Kavanagh and made him agree to give her son another chance and retrain him. Conor apologized for his act and started his training again with more passion. 2 years had passed in all of this dramatic situation, so after 2 years Conor went back in the cage at 9th October 2010 and won the fight in the first round by a TKO, which was another step closer to UFC.
Professional MMA fighter with a record of 4-1. I'm an up-and-coming fighter, and without a doubt you will see me on the UFC in the near future, without a doubt.
After this victory, Conor moved to the lightweight division and faced the undefeated Joseph Duffy.
His eye with that punch, he's badly split the left eye with a shot, and that was a very sharp shot, but it looks like he could have got fast submission.
Yeah, he's got very good control, and
He tapped him. That was a very fast submission there. He landed some good.
Conor suffered his second loss here via submission again, but that loss didn't demotivate him. He had someone very special on his side now who was trusting him blindly. She was her girlfriend Dee Devlin, the same girl who attracted him in the bar. Devlin took all responsibilities of Conor. She was cooking for him, cleaning for him, and even spending her salary on him just to support him in achieving his dream. Whenever Conor tells her that he would become champion in UFC one day, she didn't laugh at him like his dad. She believes him and wanted him to fully focus on his aim. After improving his skill set, Conor re-entered the cage on 12th February 2011 and finished his opponent in 2 minutes and 31 seconds. Next opponent got knocked out in just 16 seconds and the next one in just 4 seconds, which is still the fastest knockout victory of Conor's whole career. It was the time when Conor was getting knockout after knockout victories and no one was there to stand him.
Good underhooks into defence. Again, the inside elbows coming in. Very attacks this evening.
So after getting his 10th knockout win, Conor challenged Cage Warriors featherweight champion Dave Hill.
That's my 10th MMA win. 8 of those are first round TKOs and KOs. All my wins are by knockout. Give me the belt.
It was 2nd June 2012 when Conor fought his first title match.
This next bout scheduled for 5 rounds for the CWFC Featherweight Championship of the World.
vocabulary shots coming from Conor McGregor.
For the strikes.
Good maturity shown right as we get set for a minute left. Dave Hill has never been submitted.
It's a lot of
never been
pressure.
stopped. There it is.
He won the fight and CWFC featherweight belt in the second round by submitting the champ by a rear naked choke. After winning the belt, Conor moved up to the lightweight division again and challenged lightweight champion Ivan Bushinger. Challenge was accepted, so both champs entered the octagon on 31st December 2012. Conor won this champ versus champ bout in the first round with a clean knockout and became the first European fighter to hold two division titles at the same time. It seems that Conor has now become a successful mixed martial artist, but still he had not much money nor fame. He really wanted to fight in the biggest MMA promotion, UFC, and was waiting for the call.
Gunny's UFC debut has obviously fueled you on, and you have said that your goal is to get into the bigger organisation. Do you think the call is...
Yeah, I'd hope so. Yeah.
And then it was announced that UFC President Dana White was coming to Dublin. UFC President Dana White made a trip to Dublin in February 2013 to receive a gold medal of honorary patronage from Trinity College. He was inundated with the request to sign McGregor to the UFC. Dana was also impressed with his resume, so after a meeting with him and talking with UFC CEO, Dana offered him multi-fight contract days later. McGregor's dream was almost about to be accomplished. Not only his family but all of Ireland was rooting for him and wanted him to be a successful UFC fighter because his teammate Tom Egan had also tried UFC in 2009, but after losing his debut he was never seen again in the promotion. So Irish MMA fans have so many expectations with Conor, but what Conor did in UFC was above their expectations. How did Conor break one of the biggest UFC records in just 13 seconds, and how did he become one of the most popular fighters of UFC in his only third fight? You have to wait a bit to watch it, where we discuss Conor's UFC career and how he became the biggest name in the world of mixed martial arts. Click on the like button if you enjoyed any part of the video, and be sure to subscribe because you are gonna get some amazing experience here. Thank you and goodbye.